everybody, Frankie B out in the field. It's the 2017 season. This is the first video of the season. I'm out here in an older colonial site. It's a really large field. I'm out here with the V3i this season. I got to play around with it a little in the winter. I was kind of working in the snow and stuff like that. And I really like how it performs out in these farm fields, especially because out in a farm field you tend to have mineralization you have to work with, and then also on top of that a lot of iron trash. So this V3i is amazing at combating those issues that you run into out in farm fields. So we're going to go ahead and push out and see what we can find out here. This field has been hunted thoroughly by a couple clubs. It's also been hunted by myself a bit and a fellow field team member, Ed Kropsky. But somehow this field keeps producing buttons. Every once in a while a coin might come out, so we'll see what happens today. Stay tuned. Got a nice 48, bouncing up in the 50s too. It's kind of concentrated all over there to the right side, so we might have a nice button signal here. So one thing I like about digging out in a farm field is you don't have to worry about digging pretty plugs. You gotta worry about filling in your hole, and generally everybody's happy. Looks like a button. Yep. There she is, nice little flat button. That's the first signal of the day. I haven't been out here very long, but I did hear a lot of iron in the ground. I'm running a mixed audio mode, and prevents me from digging a lot of iron. But this is a beautiful little button to start the day off with. I'll take it, and let's keep pressing on here. Got a nice signal here, hitting the mid to high 50s. There it is. Little flat button. There she is. Oh, there she went. So that's two buttons now, two flat buttons with shanks. Alright, so we're gonna keep going. Hopefully we can find some more buttons, maybe a coin if we're lucky. I just found this little button in here. Didn't record the VDI signal or anything, or the dig. It's kind of a questionable signal, wasn't sure about it, so I just dug it up out of curiosity. It's real low numbers, bouncing around in the 20s. But there she is. Got a shank on it and everything. Two-piece. Little tiny guy. Alright, well, we're going to keep pressing on it here. There's 3 buttons on the day. It's a real messy signal here. Primarily high teens, 20s.
Nice little piece of crapola.
Once again, I was out here just messing around, and it was a deep, like, scratchy signal. But I was rewarded for digging down there, probably about 8 inches or so. There's the hole. Get the pinpointer in there. So about, yeah, 8-9 inches or so. And we got this little button. Full shank, nice and straight. So that's another button today. Like I said at the beginning here, it's out here. It'll keep producing buttons. It's such a big field, and you know, you just need to miss a spot that big to miss a button. Yeah, man, just gonna keep pressing on out here. There's stuff to be found out here.
Got a mid-20, high-20 signals, bounce up to the 30s. Looks like this might be silver. Maybe a piece to a cufflink. Let's take a peek here and clean it up a little bit. Yep, that's definitely looking like could be silver. I can only assume back to a cufflink. Got a super solid signal here, staying 51 to 53. Maybe I should just use the small one. A little easier to wield it with one hand while holding this camera. Alright, let's see. Right here on the side. Oh, don't need the pinpointer anymore. You see that button from here? Big old flat button. Let's put you right in there. Alright, so we got our little silver piece. We got these 2 little buttons here and these 3 flat buttons. I got a really great signal here, 62.75. Alright, see the edge of something. Looks like it's gonna be a big old button. Looks like it might have a nice back marking there. Look at that. Look at that guy. Big old thick one. That's why it ranks so high. Alright guys, so that footage you just watched was me earlier this year, and I never actually shot a wrap-up video for that segment. I didn't even know I had that footage until a little bit ago, and I discovered it in an SD card on the side of my desk. So here in this display case are a bunch of the finds from that field, also mixed in with some other things as well that I found throughout this year and last season. Mostly colonial style finds, but I would say about 90% of everything that's in this case was found in that farm field you guys seen me digging in. So I'll just let you guys peruse over this. Also, something new this year, I'm going to be throwing all my clad change that I dig up, whether it's on the surface, whether I find it walking through a parking lot, any money I find is going to go in this jar, along with money that I get when I cash in scrap metal that I find. And that money is going to get totaled up at the end of the year, and White's is going to try to kick in a little bit of money as well to support me on this endeavor. And I'm going to travel to see some of my Instagram followers and Facebook followers, and I'm going to go digging with them. And that's not just going to be stateside, I'm thinking internationally as well. So some of the goals that I'm looking at right now is to go to England and dig with the boys from Worm Wolfpack. I'm looking at digging with the boys down at Aussie Metal Detecting in Australia and Miss Mine Lab also down in Australia. I'm looking at a couple guys over in Europe. I have some friends in Germany that are stationed there, and they got some sweet hookups there as well. Or if, you know, say I don't raise that much money throughout the year, I'm going to do some stateside digging. I might travel west out to Oregon or Illinois. I might go down to Texas. Who knows where I'm going to go. But that just depends on how much money I raise this year through digging. So that's just going to be a little total that'll probably just flash down at the bottom of the screen after every episode so you guys know where I'm at. But that was the first episode of the second season. And let's see what happens in the next episode, I guess, right? Until next time, guys. Frankie B from Warthog Metal Detecting.